What's up, guys? Kara Corey here, and I'm here to talk a little bit about if you're feeling a little flat and you're on a cut. We're going to talk a little bit about why that might be. But today's question reads, I've been in a cutting phase for about 3 months now. Sorry to hear that. That's a long-ass cut. 3 months now, and I've been doing tiny adjustments to preserve as much lean muscle as possible. I made a small cut in carbs and added in a session of HIIT cardio. I'm seeing progress now, but one of my pet peeves, I guess you could say, is the days where I just wake up looking flat. Why does this happen? And also, I have a photo shoot planned in the next couple of weeks. How can I ensure that I won't be looking flat on the day of my photo shoot? Because that's the last thing I want to have happen. So this is a fairly common thing to have happen when you're cutting, in particular when your carbs are getting low. So the reason why you're waking up looking flat is directly related to carb depletion. And glycogen is stored carbohydrates in the muscles in your body. It makes up a good portion of the amount of stored carbohydrates we have in our body. So when you are in a cut or a deficit, especially for a long period of time, such as yourself, your body is going to pull from those glycogen stores within your body to utilize for energy, which is great in terms of getting on the scale, seeing a number drop, and getting lean. You will get leaner, but you will find yourself looking a little flat, a little deflated. So that's very common. What I'd suggest you do, and I don't know where your carbs are at, so I can't really give you specifics, but the easiest thing to do is to experiment now before your photo shoot with some different carbs, in particular simple carbs, simple sugars that'll quickly fill you out. And that's a trick that I used, and some competitors use it before they go on stage. Bodybuilders use it, figure girls use it. I did it before my photo shoot where I was feeling flat because I had competed the day before. I actually brought with me some peanut butter M&Ms, some very delicious, quick, easy to absorb sugar. And it was funny because I looked so much better like as the shoot went on. After I had that sugar in me, after I got that pump going on, I looked phenomenal. My muscles filled out and I felt really good. So what I would suggest you do is play around with it ahead of time before you go to your photo shoot and see what different things work for you. Maybe you don't want to have something like candy. Some people do sweet potatoes and feel like getting in that type of complex carb will help. But depending on how quick you need your muscles to fill out will dictate whether you want to do a simple carb or a more complex carb. The simple carbs are going to be more easily absorbed and digested. So going with things like sugar can really help, and it's amazing. It really fills you out, and also that sugar just kind of adds to your vascularity. Another trick too is some people like to drink wine, which again is alcohol. But it's gonna help fill out your body. The way you absorb alcohol is much different. So people tend to get fairly vascular and nice and filled out from drinking red wine. Not that I'm advocating for those of you to all go out and get drunk right now, but the point is you're going to need to experiment ahead of time. You don't want to go into the day of the photo shoot trying something for the first time that day and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I'm bloated as fuck right now. So don't do that. Don't wait 2 weeks till your photo shoot. If you are not going on stage and you're able to play around with how you look right now, take a day and add something in and kind of take notice at how your body looks, how your body changes. And depending on what you're doing for your photo shoot, you may want to play around with that too. Like if you're doing a fitness photo shoot, try to kind of mimic what that day is going to look like for you. Fuel your body accordingly, how you think you want to do it, and see how you look. So that would be my advice for you. For anyone out there who's feeling flat, you're cutting. You're gonna feel flat. It kind of just comes along with it. I'm gonna be honest. And depending on how muscular you are, I feel like the more flat you're gonna feel and notice it. I'm not a very big person. I have a decent amount of muscle for my size. And when I am in the depths of prep, I can wake up feeling flat when I'm very carb depleted after several days in a row. If I've done low carb for several days, I do start to get really flat. So adding back in some carbs, sometimes you look even better than you did cutting. So it can be scary because you're like, well, I'm adding in more calories, I'm adding in more food. How's that going to make me look good? Trust me, it's amazing sometimes what adding back in some of that food can do for you. Plus, if you've been on a cut for 3 months, not to go off in a tangent, but I don't know what your hormone levels are looking like, what your mood's looking like, all that kind of stuff, it might be time for you to add in a little bit of shugs. Just a little bit of sugar in there, maybe put a smile on your face, put some veins on your bicep. So give that a try. I hope you found this helpful. Keep checking back for more.